All right, good morning and welcome to the 294th District Court. My name is Chris Martin. They call this morning's criminal docket. When you hear your name, please say present or here. Bryce Carroll. Kaylin Cheatham. Let's see. Call states he's in the ER and has completed all his sanctions. I'll recall that case. Give me time. Joshua Gomillion. James Goodson. Jordan Andrew Manning for Sanctions Court. Guy McSpadden. Kiara Moffett. Trevor Rogers. Michael Weaver. Matthew Williams, CR 25-239, is verified in custody with a projected, well, it says projected release date January 17th. So that's a couple days ago. So we'll recall that case. He may be in custody. Wayne Wingo. Jalen Fairley. What about Mr. Carpenter? Is Mr. Carpenter here? Counsel? Have you heard from his attorney? They together? No. Chase Harrison. Sherry Roach. Present. Counsel. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Christopher Blevins. Here. Wyatt Berkwin. Here. Nathaniel Brooks. Savannah Cooksey. Deanna Dial. Susanna Frisbee. Mason Goff, CR 25-247. Mr. Schmidt filed a waiver of arraignment. Pretrial is set February 3rd. Jennifer Jacobs. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt. Will she be a plea today? Ronnie McGee.
Smith County custody.
Yeah, that's what I was. Court will recall Mr. McGee's case. Joseph Tudor. Jalen Young. Jalen D. Young, CR 25-224. Looks like Mr. Young may be in custody in Shreveport. I believe a 1716 has been filed, so court will recall that case, Mr. Schmidt. Joshua Flores. Vincent Offord.
Present with counsel here.
Good morning. Thank you. Javier Castaneda. And I believe that the state has filed a motion to dismiss on that case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Court will be granting that motion to dismiss CR 25-93. Mark Manassas. Oh, actually, that's set for 10 o'clock. All right, so we'll have a 10 o'clock interpreter hearing that will take up right at 10 o'clock. Then we'll have an 11 o'clock hearing as well. Is there anyone in the courtroom your name's not been called? Let's see. You got the right date, or did I leave you off? What do you think? That's a nice way of saying you got it wrong. No, I know you're not. I know you're not. Mr. Huggins. I do make mistakes, Mr. Huggins, so I won't be shocked, and neither should you if that happens. No, my staff never makes mistakes. It would have been my mistake. All right. Anyone else? Your name's not been called? Your name, sir? Springer?
Yes, sir.
Joseph Springer? All right, Mr. Springer. And you're here for criminal court?
Yes.
then that's why. If you're here for a family court, it's gonna be downstairs in the county court of law, second floor. Go down the steps. You go about halfway down, hang your right. Anyone else? Expected to be here for court, your name's not called? All right, we have any counsel that's ready?
Yes, Your Honor. For Vincent Offord.
Mr. Offord? All right, this is cause number CR 25-101, State versus Vincent Offord, set for docket call. Any announcements?
Your Honor, if I may, I thought I had filed a motion to dismiss in this case. We were presented with some evidence that would exculpatory evidence, and state wishes to dismiss.
Okay. All right, Mr. Offord, the state's made an oral motion to dismiss. I'm assuming you have no objection to that. Okay. Court hereby grants the state's motion to dismiss. I will get that. Do you have that?
I do, Your Honor.
If you want to bring it to me, I'll go ahead and sign it. If you want a copy for your records,
Yes,
kind of hang out in the hallway when we bring one to you.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
May he be dismissed, Your Honor?
Yes, he's free to go. Counsel? Mr. Lawhorn, ready?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Let's see here. Sherry Roach, CR 25-213, and Miss Roach is set for pretrial. Any announcements, Mr. Lawhorn?
Yes, Your Honor. The state, we've conferred with the state. At the last announcement, we have done an audit of the discovery. This is a restitution driven type matter. The state and I've conferred, they are going to double check on the possible having PayPal records that we don't have that may adjust that somewhat. So we're asking for a second pretrial on this, Judge, in order to do that.
Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor, we'd actually join in that request. Thank you.
All right, how much time do you gentlemen need?
How long? 2 months, Judge.
All right, Mr. Lawhorn, I've got Tuesday, March 31st.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, court sets Miss Roach then for pretrial March 31st at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I have excuse?
Yes, I typically don't like granting 60-day requests, so I just expect the issue to be resolved on the 31st. And if there's a chance that you're going to negotiate and ask for a plea, that we have it done by that time, and if not, then I'll grant a docket call. I'm just saying, I'm going to set 60 days. I want to see progress.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
We can resolve it before then. Could we put it on the docket?
Absolutely. If you resolve it before then I've got plenty of days prior to that. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good.
Good morning, Judge.
Remind me your name.
Jordan Harkins here with Chase Harrison.
Thank you. All right, this is cause number CR 25-131, State versus Chase Allen Harrison. Looks like we're set for pretrial. Any announcements?
Your Honor, we are still having the same discovery issues that we've been having. I know the state also tried again this morning to upload the video that we're waiting on, and has been, I don't know what the IT problem is, but it is not working.
How long have y'all been working on it?
Your Honor, I uploaded the video to Guardify on the 3rd. I didn't know that it wasn't received. So we're working on that this morning. I think it's handled, but we need to wait for confirmation.
All right, court will reset for additional pretrial. I've got a couple dates in February. I'm gonna give you three to pick from, okay? February 3rd, 5th, or 17th. 3rd, 5th, or 17th.
We can do 17th, Your Honor.
Court sets Mr. Harrison for pretrial February 17th. 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. When you be excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Any other counsel ready? Mr. Carroll? This is the sanctions court hearing, hearing for Mr. Bryce Carroll. All right, Bryce, it looks like you complied with your financial obligations. Ms. Burns tells me that you paid your $300 court collection today and that you did your community service. So it looks like everything. That's what this is. All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Carroll. It says that you failed to comply on your community service. Did you not work your 20 hours community service?
I don't have a full 20 hours.
Say again,
I don't have a full 20 hours, sir.
what did you work?
Like 8, 10.
You turned those in?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Carroll, I'm going to reset you to March 3rd. 20 hours of community service. $60 to your probation fees, probation office, and $300 to court collections. You're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna get your community service done before you run out of time, okay? I'm gonna have you sign your notice of appearance and you're good to go. Bill, you ready with Mr. Flores?
Yes, sir.
Joshua Flores, CR 21-213. All right, Mr. Flores is set on the state's motion to adjudicate the announcements.
Judge, we're asking for another setting. We're still in negotiations with the state on hopefully resolving this case.
All right, court sets Mr. Flores on the evidentiary docket February 19th at 9 a.m. If Mr. Flores does not reach some kind of agreement with the state, then we'll proceed to a contested hearing on that date.
Yes, sir.
All right, once he signs his notice of appearance, then he's free to go.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Flores, you can go ahead and have a seat while your attorney's talking. I'm gonna call the next person. Jordan Manning here. Jordan Manning. Mr. McSpadden. All right, this is the sanctions court hearing, State versus Guy, CPO McSpadden. See, Mr. McSpadden, you're here for sanctions court. And you're given a 3-day buyback for 3 orders. One was to pay 300 to probation, one day for $220 payment to court, and 1 day for 20 hours of community service. The probation department has indicated that you did complete 24 hours of community service, but they've indicated that you failed to pay your probation fees or your court fees. Did you pay those?
I paid on Thursday, Your Honor. I got there last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Did you pay them in full?
No, I paid $125 on each because I get $175 a month from the VA, and that's my income. So I paid $125 on each, Your Honor.
So you're saying you'll never be able to pay $300 a month for probation or $220 to court collections? You'll never be able to do that.
Until I get another source of income, Your Honor,
When's that gonna be?
when I get able to work, Your Honor.
When's that gonna be?
As soon as I get cleared by my doctor, Your Honor.
When's that gonna be?
Hopefully the next doctor's appointment.
You know my next question. When's that gonna be?
Well, it's the VA. I've been waiting, Your Honor. So, I think I have one coming up in February. So they've been, like, last one I had was over my eyes, and that was it, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sped, I'm gonna bring you back on March 3rd. 300 to probation, 250 to court, 220, I'm sorry, to court collections. 20 hours community service. The reason those amounts are not just arbitrary amounts that I dream up, those are.
Yes,
what
sir,
you
I know.
owe. Those are what you owe, and that you have to pay on time so that you can get off probation on time, avoid being revoked and go in prison.
Yes, sir.
So you're falling behind right now, and that's just gonna put you further in the hole and put you at a greater risk of going to prison.
Yes, Your Honor. I appreciate
But
it.
these are all things we've talked about and you understand, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, have you signed your notice and you're free to go?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Kiara Moffett. All right, this is cause number CR 20-298, State of Texas versus Kiara Monique Moffett. Ms. Moffett, you've been indicted for a state jail felony offense of false statement regarding property or credit in an amount greater than 2,500, less than $30,000. That does carry a range of punishment. If you were to be convicted and sentenced to not less than 6 months or more than 2 years in a state jail prison, and a possible fine not to exceed $10,000. I find today that you have not requested a court-appointed attorney. Does that mean that you are going to be hiring an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I can do, Ms. Moffett, is I can reset you for 30 days to give you time to do so.
Okay.
Okay. So today is the 20th. I'm going to reset you. It's a little less, but actually, no, I'm going to set you to the 17th, February 17th.
Okay.
But there is something that I need you to do in the meantime,
Yes, sir.
because when you were arrested, you were not arrested in Van Zandt County, correct?
No.
You were arrested out of county. The sheriff's office here in this county needs to get a copy of your fingerprints.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have an order here signed, and I want you to take this today when you leave to the Van Zandt County Justice Center, which is out on 64. Which way did you come in today? Are you from Dallas or east?
I came from Tyler, so
From Tyler. So instead of going back towards Tyler, go west, like you're going towards Dallas, that's
Okay.
out on it, right? They'll take this order to them, and they're gonna take you in, and they're gonna get your digital fingerprints, so they can report it to the state.
Okay.
Okay, so they're not gonna make you change out and book in and book out, but they're gonna
Okay.
take you through the booking process on your fingerprints and
Okay.
paperwork, and then you'll be released, okay?
Okay. Okay.
And then she's gonna have a notice of appearance for you to sign, and it'll have that court date on it.
Okay.
Stop it when you're speaking with attorneys, if you don't already have one that you know will take your case, you need to continue calling until you find a.
Oh, yes, I've been on it already.
Okay, just make sure that they're willing to come here. I don't want you to hire someone that says, well, I'm not coming to Van Zandt.
Oh,
Then
right.
you come back and say, well, I talked to them. They said they take the case, but they're not here. So
Okay.
make sure they know what you're charged with and that your case is here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Trevor Rogers. This is cause number CR 25-283, State of Texas versus Trevor Alexander Rogers. Mr. Rogers, you have been indicted with a third-degree offense of assault of a pregnant person. If convicted and sentenced, you'd be facing a minimum 2 years in prison to a maximum 10 years in prison, and also a possible fine not to exceed $10,000. Do you intend to hire an attorney?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got another issue that we have to talk about in addition, but what I'll do is I will reset you, Mr. Rogers, for February 17th for arraignment and for you to hire an attorney. Your bondsman has filed a request for a warrant for non-compliance with bond conditions. So I'm going to take you into custody at this time. Here, let him sign this real quick.
Is there a way I could just pay him?
I'm sure there is, but I'll tell you what, I'll take care of that in a moment. Go ahead and sign that, and we're gonna take you into custody.
Is there a way I can handle it before I have to?
Trust me, I'm gonna take care of it. Just a second, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Let him go through that process, and then I'll give you an opportunity. Boston's gonna come speak with you in just a moment, right there. Mr. Schmidt, you ready? Who would you like first? Ms. Jacobs, Jennifer Jacobs.
Ms. Jacobs is masked up and sitting across the hall with some sort of major illness. You want me to bring her in real quick?
Tell her to keep her mask on. All right, this is clause number CR 24-235, State versus Jennifer Lynn Jacobs, set for docket call. Mr. Schmidt.
That's correct, Judge. I think that we're close to a resolution. We might have resolved it today. Ms. Jacobs is feeling poorly, so we're gonna ask for a reset. Either to plea or announce ready for trial.
Any objections from the state?
No.
How much time do you want, Mr. Schmidt?
30 days is standard.
All right, court will set Ms. Jacobs then for final docket call on February 17th at 9 a.m. Also show that Ms. Jacobs is delinquent on her pretrial release fees by $145.
What's the delinquency, Judge?
45.
She says she can pay that by Friday.
Did afternoon plea or morning plea?
Morning.
Ms. Jacobs, I want you to have a seat in the hallway. I'm gonna have you drug tested before you leave.
Okay.
So you're ordered not to leave the courthouse, ordered to remain outside until the pretrial release officer checks with you. Who's next, Mr. Smith?
Janet Dial.
Ms. Dial? This is cause number CR 25-129, State of Texas versus Deanna Joyce Dial. Docket call.
Yeah, Judge, we'd ask for a final docket call setting. I think we're pretty close to wrapping this up.
Any objections from the state? All right, court sets Ms. Dial for final docket call, February 17th, 9 a.m. Signs of notice. Reading. Who would you like?
Joshua Gamillion.
Mr. Gomillion? This is cause number CR 25-249, State versus Joshua David Gomillion. Mr. Gomillion is set for arraignment. Court finds that Mr. Gomillion has requested court-appointed counsel. Upon reviewing that, the court finds him to be indigent for purposes of the Sixth Amendment and has appointed the Honorable Richard Schmidt. Mr. Schmidt.
That's correct, Judge. We received a copy of the indictment, went through that. His name spelled correctly, understands the charges. We'll waive reading and not guilty. Ask for that February 17th pre-trial aid.
Court finds Mr. Gomillion having waived formal requirements of arraignment, enters his plea of not guilty into the record, and sets it for pretrial hearing February 17th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
James Goodson.
James Robert Goodson, CR 25-250. Court finds Mr. Goodson has requested court-appointed counsel. The court finds him to be indigent for purposes of the Sixth Amendment and has appointed the Honorable Richard Schmidt. Mr. Schmidt.
Judge, I received a copy of the indictment against Mr. Goodson. His name is spelled correctly. We'll waive formal reading and a plea of not guilty to the indictment, not true to the enhancement paragraphs.
All right, court finding Mr. Goodson having waived the formal requirements of arraignment, enters his plea of not guilty, not true into the record, and sets this matter for pretrial. You want that 17th date, Mr. Schmidt?
That'll be fine, Judge.
Court sets Mr. Goodson for pretrial February 17th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Quiet. Wyatt Berkman.
All right, this is cause number CR 24-128, State of Texas versus Wyatt Lane Bergwin for docket call.
Judge, I think we're pretty close. We'd ask for a final docket call setting on February 17th.
Any objections from the state?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, court sets Mr. Bergwin for final docket call February 17th at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Thanks. Savannah Cooksey.
Savannah Mae Cooksey, CR 22-93. Ms. Cooksey is set for docket call.
Judge, same announcement, ask for a final docket call setting on 17th.
Any objections from the state?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
Court sets Ms. Cooksey then for final docket call February 17th, 9 a.m.
Susanna Frisbee.
Susanna Frisbee, CR 25-230. Ms. Frisbee set for pretrial.
That's correct, Judge. We have no contested at this point. Ask for a docket call setting on 2/17.
All right, court sets Ms. Frisbee for docket call February 17th. Who's next?
Joseph Tudor.
Mr. Tudor? This is cause number CR 25-284, State versus Joseph Scott Tudor for arraignment.
Judge, we received a copy of the indictment on Mr. Tudor. He understands the charges and he's spelled correctly, waive reading and interpreting.
Court finds Mr. Tudor having waived the formal requirements of arraignment, enters his plea of not guilty into the records. Says Mr. Tudor this is retrial February 17th at 9 a.m. You're welcome, sir. Who's next?
Christopher Blevins.
Mr. Blevins. This is cause number CR 25-154, State versus Christopher Wayne Blevins. The Blevins set for docket call.
So Mr. Blevins. Judge, we're gonna ask for a final docket call setting on Mr. Blevins on February 17th.
Any objections from the state?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, court sets Mr. Blevins for final docket call February 17th. Show Mr. Blevins is delinquent $250 on his pretrial release fees.
I just paid $100 this morning before I got here, so it's only 140 that I owe.
Okay. Try to have that resolved before the 17th.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brooks.
Nathaniel Junior Brooks, CR 25-165. Mr. Brooks set for docket call today. Any questions?
Yeah, Judge, same announcement, asking for a final doc call on 17th.
No objection, Your Honor.
There being no objections, final docket call set February 17th, 9 a.m. Who you like next?
Judge, I think, Mr. Matsana's here waiting on our interpreter.
She's here. If you want to go ahead and bring him up, go ahead and set that up. Mr. Masanis. Good morning, Ms. Fajardo. Can you see and hear me okay? All right, just one moment. Lost the audio. Can you say your name again? Just one second. I've got an issue, just stand by. All right, Ms. Fajardo, were you able to establish communication with Mr. Manzanas? Okay, can you flip over to the other channel and see if you can establish with communication with Mr. Manzanas? Are you able to hear him? Okay, well, let me swear you in then real quick. If you'll raise your right hand, state your name and your license number for the record, please. Thank you, Ms. Fajardo. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will make a true translation of the statements of the court and the questions of counsel and the testimony to be given by the witness in the matter now on trial to the best of your skill and judgment, so help you God? Thank you, ma'am. All right, this is cause number CR 25-133 and CR 25-134. We are set for docket call today. Mr. Schmidt, as attorney, do you have any announcements?
I do, Judge. We've been in discussions with the state. I think we have an offer that I need to discuss with Mr. Manzanas. I would ask for a final docket call setting on him on February 17th. He's scheduled to meet at my office this Friday at 10 a.m. In the event that we have an agreement, I'll notify the state and we can resolve that on the 17th.
Any objections from the state to the court setting Mr. Manzanas for a final docket call hearing on February 17th?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
There being no objections, the court sets Mr. Manzanas for hearing on February 17th. And it'll be on that day that we'll either accept an announcement for a plea agreement or we'll accept an announcement for a trial.
Thank you.
And if there's no questions from Mr. Manzanas, then he is free to go. All right, thank you, Ms. Fajardo. Appreciate you being here today. Sorry it took me a moment to get the technical issues worked out. I think you're still. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. Mr. Schmidt, who's next?
I think the only other two I have this morning, Judge, are going to be Mr. Young and Mr. McGee. Both called this morning. I think both of them are in custody. Section or another.
Court call CR 25-135, State versus Ronnie Earl McGee. And Trustee Graham, you said that he is confirmed. Show that Mr. McGee was arrested for indecency with a child in Smith County and was in their custody on January 6th. Not showing that he's in custody at this time, so what we'll do is I will reset Mr. McGee for docket call February 17th. And if he's not in custody, then the court's going to call his name today and do a judgment nisi alias capias, but I'm going to take that under advisement until Thursday and give us some time to find out if maybe his name's just not appearing on the Smith County records. But if we confirm that he's not in Smith County and that he's on bond over there, then court will issue a judgment nasi at noon on Thursday. If he is in custody, then we'll just put a detainer. If the bondsman goes off, otherwise we'll have to do a bench warrant.
Yes, sir. And Your Honor, in the event the bondsman doesn't come off, would the court like a motion in writing to hold bond insufficient, or would an oral motion suffice?
Oral motion's fine, and the court will do it on its own motion, not being here today, if he's not in custody.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, court calls CR 25-224, State versus Jalen D. Young. Mr. Young was not present this morning. He has been confirmed in custody. Shreveport, Louisiana. And the court finds that a 1716 having been filed prior to today, court will grant that surrender of principal. I'll have that signed for a warrant to be issued, or for the detainer to be issued. Let's reset him also for February 17th for a status. Say he has a different name. So he is in custody. Okay. All right, Mr. Carpenter, you ready?
Yeah,
Yes, Mr. Fairley,
yeah.
CR 25-199. And it appears that Mr. Fairley is set today for docket call.
That is correct, Judge, and I've conferred with the state, and with the court's permission, we would like to have one more docket call.
Objections from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, court's going to set Mr. Fairley then for a final docket call. Are you available on February 17th?
Yes, Judge, that should be fine.
Court sets Mr. Fairley for final docket call February 17th. So on that date, I need an announcement of either a plea agreement or a request for a trial.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for your time this morning.
Mr. Weaver? This is cause number CR 25-260, CR 25-261, State versus Michael Dwayne Weaver. Mr. Weaver, you've been indicted with two criminal offenses, both third-degree felonies. One is a possession of a controlled substance greater than 1 gram, less than 4 grams. The other is a tampering or fabricating physical evidence. Both carry ranges of punishment of not less than 2 years in prison, up to a maximum of 10 years in prison, and a possible fine not to exceed $10,000 in each case. Are you wanting to hire an attorney?
Court appointed.
Have you requested a court-appointed attorney?
I need to fill out paperwork for it.
How come you didn't tell somebody that before court started? I've sat here for an hour.
I want to say I did do it when I got arrested, but I don't know.
All right, have a seat, and Ms. Abraham, the indigent defense coordinator, will bring you some paperwork.
Okay.
Mr. Huggins? All right, Mr. Huggins, let's see. Last sanctions court hearing, you were to pay 130 to probation. It says you did that. You were to pay 100 to court. Did you do that?
Yes, sir. I paid the 100 to court.
When'd you pay that?
My dad came up here and paid it, I think a week ago. I can get the receipt from him and I can turn it into the probation office.
All right. And what about your 10 hours community service or 20 hours community service?
I completed 40 hours during December and January, and I cleared it with Miss Bryant before I even came.
Okay, because they wrote on the paper, you failed to do your 10 hours, but you're saying you did 40 hours in December?
Yes, sir, because that's what I even cleared about it with Miss Bryant. And I even asked her if I was cleared for everything before I came to court.
All right, I'm gonna bring you back on March 3rd. 130 to probation, 80 to collections. And let's do 20 hours community service.
Yes, sir.
That's the minimum. You pay more, you do more, it's only to your benefit.
Yes, sir. Good to go.
Yes, sir, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's- Okay. Hold on. Cause number CR 25-239, State versus Matthew Scott Williams. We have verified Mr. Williams in custody in Shreveport, Louisiana, I believe. Caddo Parish. Washita. You said projected release dates 1/17. Have we checked him today? Let's check him to see if he got out over the weekend. Here it is. Just to make sure he wasn't released. I'm gonna go ahead and release you. Your bondsman has indicated that he wishes to withdraw the warrant so that you can continue your compliance with him. It's important that you pay attention to your report dates. Call in, make sure your bondsman knows where you're at. That's an obligation that you have to do to stay on bond. If you don't do those things, then you run the risk of having that bond revoked like you almost did today. So be thankful to your bondsman for asking, for him asking the court to withdraw that warrant, right? So you're free to go. Be back on that court date. Thank you. Mr. Schmidt, you ready on Mr. Weaver? Mr. Weaver, come on up. This is cause number CR 25-260 and 261, State of Texas versus Michael Dwayne Weaver. Mr. Weaver, having requested court-appointed counsel, the court finds him to be indigent for purposes of the Sixth Amendment, has appointed the Honorable Richard Schmidt. Mr. Schmidt, have you had an opportunity to go over the indictments with your client?
Yes, sir. His name's spelled correctly. Understands the charges, waive reading and her pleas of not guilty in both charges. Asked for pretrial on February 17th.
All right, the court hereby finds Mr. Weaver, having waived the formal requirements of arraignment, enters his plea of not guilty into the record. Court sets each case for pretrial February 17th at 9 a.m. And so, Mr. Weaver, the court places you on conditions of pretrial release. That means you're gonna have to meet with my pretrial release officer, Mr. West. He's gonna have some paperwork. There's gonna be conditions that you have to comply with in order to stay out on bail during this case, okay?
Yes, sir.
So have to move the hallway, Mr. West with the other shoulders and sit up.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
This is your several. This is not the judge with the gallery. So that's the.
Thank you.
Believe that you have Miss Jacobs in the back room pending the results of the drug test.
Yeah, Ms. Jacobs will be staying.
Presume we have no necessity for continued presence.
No, sir, you're welcome to stay here if you want to. I'll In cause number CR 24-235, State of Texas versus Jennifer Lynn Jacobs. The court has had Ms. Jacobs tested for controlled substances today for compliance with pretrial release. The court finds that she admitted to smoking methamphetamine about 5 days ago. Court therefore finds her bond to be insufficient in violation of pretrial release. Court is finding that bond is sufficient and ordering her into custody. I believe a new bail was at $1,000, I believe.
Yes, sure.
New bill is at 100,000. So, Mr. Matthew Scott Williams, not in custody in Washita Parish Museum. Sure. All right, for the record, cause number CR 25-239, State versus Matthew Scott Williams. Mr. Williams was set for arraignment today. He, on the 17th of January, he was confirmed in custody in Washita Parish, Louisiana. At this time, the court does not find him to be in custody. The court is going to have his name called loudly distinctly 3 times in the courthouse with no response. The court is going to take a judgment nisi under advisement until March 3rd at noon. So once Sergeant Martinez is here, we'll have his name called. All right, Sergeant Martinez, are you? Yes, sir. You call the name Matthew Williams. Yes, sir. Matthew Williams. Court has had the name Matthew Williams name called 3 times loudly, distinctly in the courthouse with no response. Court hereby takes a judgment nisi under advisement till March 3rd, 2020. Let me correct myself, not March, my mistake. February 3rd, 2026, February 2026 at noon. Mr. Williams is not appear before the court on before that date, then the judgment not filed will be issued. We'll let Clay do that on too. Mr. Wingo. All right, Mr. Wingo, the state has filed a motion to adjudicate in your case, and a warrant has been issued. You're going to be taken into custody at this time. Back to TDC. Unless they don't. But we need it. Not our job. Our job is to let people. We can't get people. Tell Jim. Next one. Oh, you said this afternoon. Hey, Judge.
How are you doing?
Fine. How about you?
All right.
Enjoying a little Van Zandt County?
Sir. I understand we've got everybody here.
I think so. I think
We
my
do.
mind's up.
Good. Start 10 minutes early.
All right, let me fill out this reset. Yeah. Thank you.
You know. Just because somebody's left-handed doesn't mean that they're necessarily just totally useless. I think left-handed people got potential too.
And I only just had some things left. I eat with my right. Don't know how that works out. Good for you. I've been good. Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Oh.
Okay, this cause number 25-275-276, State of Texas versus Mitchell James Curtis. For pre-trial, the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
And,
We are ready, Your Honor.
okay, state have anything?
Your Honor, I don't believe so. My understanding is that Mr. Waldron and I are going to get a trial date set today for the fall. A pretrial set this summer. I have received, all of Mr. Waldron's pretrial motions. I don't believe there's anything contested at this time. And so state's going to move forward to trial.
There's some reason why this case not gonna be ready for a jury before the fall?
I'm told by Ms. Taberham that that is the court's first available date.
We chose the first available.
I don't know about that. I would just, my understanding is that the defendant happens to be a public officer in this county and ordinarily expected that there would be an interest on the part of the defense to try to get exonerated as quickly as possible if that's going to be that ultimate outcome. So, but
State could be ready before then, Your Honor, so it's just whatever the court tells us is available.
Judge, and likewise, we're not necessarily saying that our first choice is August 31st. If there is a date that comes available sooner than that, obviously we'd need a little heads up, but when we were discussing, the state and I were discussing this prior to the court convening, we were discussing even as early as late March, early April. I know I do have some scheduled vacations in April and May, but we will be able to accommodate with at least a couple of weeks' notice as far as a pretrial and trial date.
practice is that the criminal their docket is ordinarily for the first of the month. They're just looking at the dates of the special setting. I don't watch it. That week I'm signed somewhere. Where's April?
April 13th.
Well, Madam District Attorney, if we set this April the 13th, does that help do you know if you've got a conflict?
I would have to double check with my schedule, but I believe that April is free for us in Kaufman County. So I believe that that would work just fine for us and we can make accommodations if it doesn't work just fine for us to make it work.
That's her investigation.
Judge, I'm gonna have a conflict that day, I believe. I'm out of town the week before that separate trial that Monday. Is there a date at the end of April? Is it every 2 weeks that civil happens?
We usually have one civil.
Apparently the practice must be the two jury panels are brought in.
Right.
In a typical month, one, the local judge is trying to move as much of his civil business, and then the other one is just set up for the criminal. And I don't know, but at least my guess is that it would not be unusual, but the civil cases have a way of falling by the wayside. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me that often the criminal cases,
That's right.
once everybody's really ready to go on fold, apparently people do not talk, lawyers apparently don't talk with each other about a case until they get real close. There's a lot more incentive to
I think that's gonna be, Your Honor, I think that's gonna be difficult for the state.
23rd, I've also got a conflict. So counsel, how about to do whatever you need to do about pretrial motions? What about on April the 6th?
Judge, Let me look at April.
On April the sixth, there is, yeah, that's a criminal in this sex assault cases, so that has a chance of being pretty seriously tried, I would guess. But you're saying August 31st?
May is, yeah, that's a no-go for me. My wife would kill me, Judge. It's our 20th anniversary and I've already scheduled that vacation on that time. I could do June.
I have an intox manslaughter scheduled for trial in June, so.
And you said April 13th. I think I could make April 13th work. It's a a sanity trial, I think is what it's gonna be. I don't know that, it will actually go, but the guy's sitting in jail in Smith County. But, I think we might could make April 13th work. I knew I'd said something.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. That you have your jury panel show up at 8:30 or what? 8:30. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna schedule this April the 13th jury selection to begin at 8:30 that Monday, April 13th. And if you folks used to start picking a jury one day, start your evidence the next day, is that the way you want to do it, or you want to plan on just starting the evidence immediately?
I don't have any objection, just rolling straight into it.
We can go straight in trial, Judge.
Okay, well, if, assuming we get a jury, we'll at least maybe get opening statements accomplished before we quit for the day. Now, yes, sir.
A pretrial date before that in case we need it a couple of weeks prior or. And if there's no issues, we could obviously advise the court.
Well, folks, you don't do business on Friday.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of these courts are stopping Friday. All right, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna set pre-trial 10 o'clock, April the 3rd. And if we don't need it, or we can scrub it. And counsel, if things that we don't have to have a record on, I do not mind at all doing conference calls and trying to work stuff out. You know, if it's the kind of thing that's appropriate, but I have to coordinate. If it's something we need a record on, I've got to coordinate with the local court to make sure we got a reporter. We're not, I'm not interfering into their business.
Yes, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else we can accomplish?
Don't believe so.
Not today.
Forward to seeing you again in April.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. Thank you, Judge. And we'll get this reset signed by all parties here for you.
Say there. I think that's what he's spelling out. Thank you. Leave it down, right up in. of 75. Four, 65, both of these. Longer head, plus, yeah, plus, if there's a rag, construction, so that's another. Is there some kind of little slip I can sign off on?
Judge, I don't know, she tore me off the back copy, I guess she's making another copy, so. Okay. No worries.
Well, it's always good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Oh. Well.